forgot what I was talking about. Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's been a while, but if you're new here, which I know most of y'all are going to be because my medical assistant videos get a lot, not a lot, but like a good amount of views compared to other ones. So, yes, my name is Yazmin. Welcome to the channel. If you like the video, go ahead and subscribe and leave a comment. I'd appreciate that. Hopefully the lighting and the sound is okay, because I never filmed in this spot, and also I changed the settings on my camera. Yeah, as you read by the title, and the reason why y'all are here watching is about medical assistant. So yeah, I've been a medical assistant for, like, I'm done with school. Like, I did my extern at this job, and I worked here since then. So July 2020 is how long I've been a medical assistant, like after school. So July 2020, today is September, well, it's 2 minutes until September 30th. It's 11:58 p.m. Yeah, so basically September 30th. So how long is that? July, August, September? Like a year and 2 months. Yeah, about a year, 3 months maybe. I've been a medical assistant, and I feel like I have a lot to tell y'all. Just anyone who is looking to be a medical assistant, I feel like this video is awesome for you, so that you know what you're getting yourself into. And yeah, so I do have another video. I'll link it in the description, because if you're looking to be a medical assistant, that other video is like awesome for you as well. That video is like me on the job, like showing you pretty much everything that we do. Yeah, that video, it literally shows you everything that we do in my clinic. Of course, like if you worked at a dermatologist, a hospital, OBGYN, even like a regular clinic, because I work at urgent care. But yeah, anyways, that videos, I work at urgent care, so it's showing you everything that we do at urgent care. So yeah, it's super helpful. It's literally like 30 minutes long, just straight showing y'all what we do. So, but anyways, this video today is pretty much pros and cons. Yeah, I would say like pros and cons. I didn't organize my list as like pros and cons, but I'm gonna just go through it, and then I'm gonna add some more stuff, because yeah, this list literally was made. When was it made? Anyways, this list was literally made like May of this year, or even like March of this year. So yeah, it's been in my notes for a long time. I really have been meaning to make this video, but I'm actually really glad that I waited and I didn't make it way back in March. Like, I'm glad I waited until now to make it. So, alright, long intro, my bad. So about medical assistants 101, everything you need to know before becoming one, or if you are one. This is to show you before you become one. You should watch this video. Alright, number 1, cost of school. March 2020, medical assistant school was really expensive, and to me, it's not like crazy like 50,000, but really expensive is like 17, 20,000. That's a lot of money for a medical assistant. But you do have to look into it, like the cost of schools that are around you. Just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's not going to be good. I highly would take the tours, like whenever you meet up or whenever you call and they ask you to schedule a tour, definitely do that, because you want to see what it looks like. You want to see the students there. Yeah, like you should really take those tours. Like, don't just go to it and start without taking the tour. So yeah, take the tour, and then like just ask a bunch of questions. Just ask as many questions that you have, all of them. Literally ask all of them, all your questions you have. Because those recruiters, they will not tell you everything you need to know unless you ask. And they're there just, like, literally, I hate to say this, but those recruiters, they're there to get you going into school so they can get their coin. Nothing else. Unless they, like, really care about you or really care in general. If not, they're just there to get your coins and get you started into school. That's it. So definitely ask them any questions you have. And all of them. Like, literally bombard them with questions. But anyways, the cost of school. Still the point that I'm trying to get. The cost of school, you should, me in my opinion, don't pay any more than, like, I want to say like 5,000 to 7,000, but being realistic, I guess 10,000. But you really don't want to pay that much. Like, try to get as much financial aid as you can, so you can pay as little as you can. And that's like school debt, you know, because they're gonna, I mean, like, most people are not gonna have the 10,000 or the 5,000 to pay for school. Probably gonna have to get like a loan for the remainder that FAFSA does not cover. But yeah, that's why I'm telling you this. Like, this is kind of number one. Don't pay any more than like 10,000 for MA school, because this is another point that I wanted to get to. Because if you pay more than like 10,000, you might as well be going to get your LVN or RN. Mainly like the LVN, because LVN is 1 year, medical assistant is 9 months, which after March 2020, the thing, medical assistant schools have shortened, like, some of them. Some of them are like 5 or 6 months, I believe. At least in this area, Texas, of where I live at. I have no clue about any other state. So that's like, you have to do that research. Look at the costs and the lengths of all the schools in your area. Every single one. Book tours with them, call them, ask them all your questions, so that you know you're choosing the right school. But, so yeah. My opinion, if you're gonna pay like over 10,000 of your own, like, money / loans, I would look into LVN, if it's not gonna be like a crazy amount as well. And the reason why, like, I'm big on that too is because you don't want to have to pay like $15,000 for 10 years, you know? Like, because I think student loans give you like a 10-year period. I mean, yeah, you can pay them off sooner, but, you know, you're not always going to be able to make really high payments towards your loans, or have someone to pay them for you or something. You're not always going to have that. So yeah, just try to get the cost of your school down as much as possible. Don't let your recruiter talk you into something you're not ready for. And I say that like that because my recruiter was way too pushy. The recruiter for school, he was way too pushy. I kind of was not even ready for this at all. I was like, what, 19 or 20? I was like 19 or 20 years old. I literally just went to the orientation. I went to the school tour just to see the tour. And then he was all talking about, like, okay, you're going to start December 9th. I think that was my starting date, actually. I think I started school December 9th. But yeah, he's like, okay, you're going to start school December 9th. Here's the paperwork and for you to fill out and all this, without even, like, sitting down and asking, like, are you ready for this? Like, is this what you want to do? Do you like the medical field? Do you know anything about it? Nothing. He didn't ask me nothing like that. And that kind of, like, makes me mad. Obviously, you can tell when I'm upset. But, yeah, it was just way too pushy. Like, I personally, like, kind of wasn't even ready to start when I started. Yeah, I wasn't ready to start when I started. I think I went in for the, what's it called? The tour. I went in at, like, November 15th. And I started December 9th. So that just shows you that, like, literally, I started right away. Like, and again, I wasn't really, like, 100% ready, but the recruiter really pushed me into that. He really, like, was way too pushy. And, you know, I was kind of, like, just going through with it, because I'm like, oh, I don't know, should I not? He's so pushy. Maybe he's pushy for a reason. Another thing to consider is what you will make after school, after you finish school. So now, right now, after March 2020, the thing, MAs have been making like a lot more money. Not a lot, but like, you know, more money than they've ever made. Yeah, I finished school July 2020. So it's right after the March 2020. I finished school, so my starting pay wasn't that great. But again, it was right after the thing happened in March. Is when I started, so that's why. But now, if I got hired at the job that I'm at now, I would be getting paid $1.50 an hour more if I started like last month instead of starting July 2020 last year. So yeah, basically they raised up the starting pay $1.50 because, you know, all that stuff going on. So anyways, yeah, just consider what you are going to make in your state. It's a big consideration. That also goes with like the cost of school. If you're gonna be making $11 or $12 an hour, you like if that's like if $11 and $12 an hour is your state's like maximum pay, and like $9 and $10 is the minimum, and then the average is 10 or 11. You know what I'm trying to say? Then take that in consideration with the cost of your school as well. Like, is it really worth, you know, $11 or $12? Yeah, you'll get raises, but you don't want to make $11 and $12 an hour for very long. You know, you don't, especially with having to go to school for X amount of months. And then yeah, you got a life to live and a house to afford, bills to pay. So take that in consideration before starting, again, in your state, in your city specifically. Personally, I would even look up, like, go on Indeed. You know, everyone knows Indeed. Go on Indeed and put, like, medical assistant jobs near me. And then just see what they're starting out at around you. And then also, if it's, like, for me, decent MA pay is about starting at $14 to $16 an hour. That's pretty decent to me. So if you can find something around that starting pay, that's what I would say we're worth. Not really. We're worth like $20 an hour starting out, but you know, in the real world, we're worth about $14 to $16 an hour starting off. Nothing less than $14. Unless it's like starting off at $13 for like 3 months and then you get a raise after 3. You know, that's fine. But yeah, my opinion is that about 14 to 16 starting off. And then of course you'll get your raises. And the next thing is the bonuses that we get in the medical field. So yeah, medical field, it gets a lot of money. Like overall, you know, you got the doctors, the hundreds of patients. Like I think at our clinic we see about 100 a day, if I'm not mistaken, or more. Around 100 a day. So yeah, 100 a day. I'm not gonna tell you how much like that goes out to, but anyways, yeah. So anyways, bonuses in the medical field, we get them. Like I've never worked a job that's gave me as much bonuses as this job now gives me. Never had a job that gives me this many bonuses or even this much. So yeah. And again, the bonuses that we get right now is also like more and more frequent because of the March 2020 thing that happened. We get like bigger bonuses because, you know, the March thing brings us more money. You know, it does. It brings us more money, so, you know, they're going to pay us. They're going to share that basically with us because we're working. We're the ones doing the work. Also have to consider what we do. We do a lot as medical assistants. You have to watch that video that I was talking about earlier to see like what we do, because I cannot. I'm not going to explain all that right here, right now, because it's all in that video. If you want me to like have a sit down talk video about what we do, I can put in another video. But yeah, take in consideration what we do. We do a lot. So, phlebotomy, you know, blood drawing, MAs do that a lot. So take in consideration. If you don't think you can draw blood, or if you just don't like that, like at all, you don't even want to give it a try, then yeah, MA is probably not your best option. Maybe like a CNA will be better. They don't draw any blood, I don't think. So yeah, just take in consideration that we do a lot as a medical assistant. I'm talking about like almost 100% of what LVNs and even RNs do. And this is also like talking about my job at urgent care. Like literally, we do a lot of stuff. We even do IVs at this urgent care I work at. And I know MAs don't really do IVs. RNs do. We do IVs because there are no RNs at our job. It's just MAs and doctors. That's it. Nothing more, nothing else. MAs and doctors at my job. Oh, and janitors. Yeah, even like the front desk people, those are MAs. So yeah. And then of course, like this isn't taking in consideration like our billing department, our HR. This is just like at the clinics. So yeah, take in consideration to that. Again, you can watch that video that I was talking about to see if there's anything in there that you don't like or you do like. You know, you could find some people could watch that video and like they'll love everything. Like wow, they would like everything that we do. I'm breaking out. It's not cool. Ugh, these pimples. Okay. Next thing, in MA schools, at least most of them, or the ones around me, because again, I don't know nothing about other MA schools in other states, because that's a lot. But phlebotomy and EKG, you can get certified in those while going to MA school. So yeah, MA is a certification, and at the schools in my area, you can also get certified in phlebotomy and in EKG. So yeah, you can do all 3 certifications if you want. You don't have to. It's like, I don't want to say pointless, but there's no job that I could think of that you would need all 3 and they'll pay you for all 3. Yeah, phlebotomy and EKG, you can get certified in those as well. So if you like find a job and they'll pay you more for having your phlebotomy certification, that's awesome. Or if they'll pay more because you have your EKG certification, that's awesome as well. So, but I would not go to MA school specifically because I wanted to get an EKG certification. And that's it. I just wanted to be an EKG tech and I went to MA school for that. I wouldn't do that because there's other schools, like specifically to get your EKG certification or your phlebotomy certification. And those literally can take like up to 3 months and less time, less time and less money. So yeah, if you want like the phlebotomy or EKG specifically, only that, you don't really care about the MA, then look into that. See if there's schools around you that offer just those. Phlebotomy and EKG, they actually pay more than they pay MAs, which is kind of crazy, but yeah. Phlebotomy and EKG, you do get paid more than you would get paid as an MA. About 80 to 90% of the time though. Not 100 of course, but yeah. So those are other considerations to look into, is that you can also get those certifications while you're in MA school and then hopefully get paid more for having them. My job personally, I have my phlebotomy certification and my MA. They don't pay me more for having my phlebotomy. So it's kind of like pointless of me getting it because yeah, it's just kind of pointless. But again, that's in my situation. That's at my job. Not all jobs are the same, Okay. And then another thing is, I put this like in March of this year, 2021. Why you should do LVN instead. So this was like at that time, this is the beginning of this year, I regretted the MA thing. I was like, I really should have just went to school for 3 more months to be an LVN, because LVNs, most places start you off around 20, so about $17 to even $25 an hour. They'll start LVNs off at. So that's why I was like I really went through all this school, all this money to get paid X amount of dollars when I could have went to school for 3 more months to become an LVN and get paid literally like X amount of dollars more. I'm not gonna say specifically, but yeah, so I did put why you should do LVN, but again, that was at that time. I was upset at the pay that we got, which I'm not anymore because I've got some raises, incentives, bonuses. So now I'm like not so mad at it because I do like my job. I have no clue how it would have turned out if I did go to LVN school, where I would be working, what exactly I would be doing, how it would be. You know, I don't know specifically what would have happened if I did LVN, if I would have liked it or not liked it. So do take that in consideration though, that like I said, LVN is usually full-time. This is a full-time, by the way. LVN school is usually about 1 year. That's also a LPN in some states, but in Texas it's LVN. So licensed vocational nurse or a licensed practical nurse. It's the same thing. It really is. It's just different words because different states call it different things. But yeah, LVN, LPN, take that in consideration. Just, you know, if you want to. If you know you're going to love the medical field, or if you're already doing something in the medical field and you're like, I want to boost my pay and what I do. I want to do a lot more than what I'm doing now. And you're already in the medical field, then consider LVN. Because if you're like a front desk receptionist at a hospital, I mean, not at a hospital, I think you have to be an RN for that, but like front desk receptionist at a doctor's office, and you like what's going on in the back office with the MAs or LVNs or RNs, whatever, whoever works at your clinic, take in consideration that, you know, you don't have to start out small. You don't. You really don't. You can go, like, plenty of people go in as an LVN, like, straight off the back. They don't do anything else in the medical field, and they go straight to LVN. Like, you don't have to start small. Small as in, like, MA to me. Because, again, this is looking at the pay raise. MA starts you off, like, at 13. LVN starts you off, like, at 20. And then RNs, of course, you know, that's the big bucks. They start you off, like, at 30 an hour. But yeah, so take that in consideration about LVNs. The job is very fast-paced. Again, this is at my clinic. I work at an urgent care. So, and obviously, the way I'm speaking about it, it's really busy. It really is. It's really busy, especially right now. So yeah, it's really fast-paced. Do know that if you know you're, like, sluggish, you really can't be sluggish, or else you'll get fired. People will talk mess about you, like, ugh, she's so slow. Like, she does nothing. Or, like, yeah. You can't really be slow in the medical field. You can't. Like, there's no other way to put it. You can't be slow. It's fast-paced. So, yeah. The length of school is about 9 months. Again, after the March 2020 thing, school has been shortening for MAs. I think I saw somewhere it's like 6 months or 3 months or 4. I don't really remember. But it was definitely way less than 9 months, which is what I did. And 9 months was full-time for me. I did it full-time. So it's not that bad. 9 months is not that bad. Versus like RN is 3 years. You know? Yeah. Also as an MA, working with patients, you cannot be rude. You cannot have an attitude. You know, if you're one of those people who like have an attitude every day with everybody for no reason at all, you know, there is a lot of people, not a lot, but there are people like that just straight up have an attitude for no reason. Like, literally, just because, whatever the facts that you have an attitude for. You can't do that in the medical field. You cannot have an attitude. You cannot be rude. Yeah, you really just can't. You know, you're helping patients. You're literally there to help patients. Yeah, some may be rude to you. Some, not often. It really does not happen often that I have rude patients, but it does happen for sure. For sure, it happens. I do get some rude patients, for sure. But, yeah, you can't be one of those people that have attitudes all day, every day. Because it's just not gonna work. And then be kind and gentle. And I mean that as in, like, be kind to the patients, your team, and the doctors. You know, you can't just, like, throw this at someone, like a patient. You can't just throw paperwork at a patient and just say, can you fill this out? Or, fill this out, please. Or, you know, look at me, like, literally being nice when I'm trying to be rude. I said, fill this out, please. When I meant to say, like, something rude. It's really hard for me to be rude sometimes. I'm just a super nice person. And that's not like talking, hyping myself up, but like, I really am like a nicer person. But yeah, you gotta be kind. You have to have patience, like literally like patience with people. You have to be gentle. You can't really be like, you can't just like throw that blood pressure cuff on and just like tighten it real tight and all that. Like, You can't just like hand them the oximeter. You can't just hand it to them and then expect them to know what to do. Like, you literally kind of got to do it. You kind of like got to do it all. But yeah, that's what I mean by be kind and gentle. It's just, take in consideration that these patients are there because they're sick or something like that. They're not there to have fun. They're not there because they think it's fun to go. It's not like the club. You're not the bartender at the club giving people drinks and making them happy. Like, you're about to draw some blood and they're not going to be like happy, Alright. I literally wrote be fast. I put fast paced and then I put be fast paced. Like, I put it twice because I didn't even realize that. But yeah, that's like literally, like, you gotta be fast. Also, learn your vital signs. So, I can't really talk about what a perfect vital sign is and what a high one is. But, I can't, like, give you medical advice about a vital sign. But, I could tell you, like, pulse ox, the finger thing that you put on the, I don't have one with me. But the pulse oximeter, has to be at 95% or higher. Resting pulse for an adult, 60 to 100 of the actual pulse. Yeah, so, and then blood pressure, it's like different for every age, all that. Blood pressure is a whole lot of stuff. But, ask your doctor or like the doctor you work for or your school to go into detail, like to tell you what to tell the patients if they had high blood pressure, low blood pressure. Like, you need to know that because they're going to ask you. Like, and I get asked this all the time. I tell them, your blood pressure is 120 over 80. Literally the most basic numbers. But yeah, I say your blood pressure is 120 over 80. They're like, oh, is that good or bad? Like, they have no clue. Some people have zero clue, which is fine. But, because, before this, I did not know what a good and bad blood pressure was. So yeah, just know your vital signs. What's good, what's bad, what's urgent. If they have a pulse ox of 90, girl, go get the doctor. Or boy, go get the doctor. Because, you need to know your vital signs. Because if there's a chart, you put your chart sitting up there, and then they got like a pulse ox of 92, and then the doctor sees that, and they're going to be like, why didn't you tell me that as soon as you seen that? Because that's not good. That's how much oxygen they're getting. So again, learn your vital signs. Which is what MAs do a lot of. We do a lot of vital signs. A lot of it. A lot of vital signs. And yeah, again, like, people ask me, is that good or bad? And I gotta tell them. It's good. It's bad. It's okay. It's good. It's great. Alright. And then last thing is, like, don't give up. Whenever you finish school, it might be, like, hard for you to find a job or a decent paying job or something of the sort. But, just don't give up. Keep looking. Keep trying. And if you get a job, stick with it as long as you can. As long as it's not a crappy job or, like, you're getting paid $8 an hour. Not that crazy stuff. But, yeah, just stick with the job you have, the MA job that you get, for as long as you can. Because that's experience under your belt. And, like, in my case, I got paid a crappy amount in the beginning. I'm talking like I left my job for X amount of dollars to go to this new job and get paid 50 cents less an hour. And I literally went to school to get this job to get paid 50 cents less an hour than I was getting paid at my other job. Like, it was very depressing, very sad. And that's another reason why I'm glad I held off in this video and I didn't film it back in March 2021 of this year, because my opinion would have been so different. I would have came on camera and told y'all, look, don't go to MA school. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Just go to LVN if you want to be in the medical field. Just start off as an LVN. Or RN, of course. I know I didn't talk about RNs that much, but it's like a whole other ball game because, MA's 9 months, RN is 2 to 3 years. So it's like another ball game. But, that I personally don't have like a passion for, so I don't care. I don't bother to talk about RN because, again, I don't have a passion for it. Don't give up right away like I was going to do. I was so ready to quit because the job, the management wasn't all that. The pay wasn't all that either. But because I stuck with this job for over a year now, I'm literally getting paid like more than I've ever gotten paid in my life right now. And it's literally going up and up and up. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But I'm like super glad and happy that I stuck with this job and I didn't go somewhere else like I was going to. I promise you, I applied to jobs, I went to interviews just like 4 or 5 months ago. But now I'm like not like super happy, because I'd rather be a businesswoman right now, but a millionaire businesswoman right now, like that. But yeah, I'm like, happy with the job because I stuck with it. So yeah, again, stick with it because it may end up working out later on. A year later or 6 months later, 9 months later. I think that's it for this video. I probably could talk an hour more, but yeah, no, not today. Well, not in one video. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Let me know. Follow me on all my social medias. I have 3 Instagrams, a Snapchat, and yeah, I think that's it. I got a Facebook too. But yeah, follow me on all 3 of my Instagrams. It will be in the description below. Look forward to more videos from me about all kinds of stuff, because I do all kinds of stuff in my life. So yeah, look forward to more videos from me soon. Again, subscribe, like, comment, share, watch again if you need. Okay, so again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate you and your view. Subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers ASAP. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Peace.